All right. Wow, what a waste of a bait. Out the local lake this morning, just gonna relax and have some fun and get back to doing what brought me so much success. Yeah, get back to doing what brought me so much success before, was just trash fishing, doing what I know how to do. Really, just got to get my groove back. So we've got the old unweighted Senko on, swim bait. No top water. Top water isn't as effective out here. Old Zoom, and then we got a chatterbait just to get some type of moving bait going. So behind me is there's a hard edge that comes up from the bottom of this hole, and it's a hard edge of hydrilla, so we're kind of almost on it. It's just kind of over it. But a lot of times, bigger fish will hang right there in the hard edge because there's a lot of bait fish, a lot of crappie that hang out in that deeper hole there. What we want to keep our eye on this morning too is we want to be looking for turns and stuff in Commer, I guarantee this fish will start schooling probably closer to 9 o'clock. And if it stays cloudy like this with overcast, just a little bit of haze, they could school the majority of midday and not stop. I've been out here where they schooled for 4. Oh, I just bumped. For 3-4 hours straight. Now they're not in one spot, they're chasing bait, so they're going all around this area, but if that happens, that's pretty cool. Oh, I had one. He ran off with it. There's no telling how big or small he was. It just, line just started, and then when I set the hook, it was gone. I really haven't gone super far. I think I saw some turns over there circling. I think they're down there at the bottom now. But it's far enough. This looks just about right. So I've had 2 bites, just nothing converted. One ding on the jerk bait, and then one ran with it with a speed worm. Wasn't very big, I don't think. What's that? Let's try Old Faithful. So I had to bust out my old 2-piece and the old Shimano R1000 because my good combo is at the bottom of Lake Tahoe somewhere. It's an HCP Express with a lose reel on it, so if you find it, I guess you can keep it. I got one. Drag is super loose though. Probably should have, checked that before I came out here. It's a real little guy. This is probably what popped. The jerkbait a couple times. Let's get up here and see if we can maybe find some beds. This looks a lot cleaner, like it's all cleared out compared to what it was last time I was here. Now it just depends on, is the hydrilla super thick up here, because we're going to get super shallow real quick. And even though it's overcast, we're going to need to use the sunglasses. So there's the hydrilla right there. still on? Oh my god. I had a little guy grab it. Shoot. He had it again. Ah, this reel is going to be the death of me, man. Alright. Just went over an old bed up back there. Nothing on it. It's one of those weird situations. There's a lot of hydrilla here, but it's in various stages. Some of it's good, some of it's old. Water's clean though. I'm trying to see if I can find, it's like an edge or something. Like I think there's one up here. These fish will kind of maybe be. The weird thing about spawn in Florida, right? Spawn happens in stages. It's not just one solid block. Pennsylvania spawn is, anywhere from April to through June. Usually by June they're done. Here in Florida, it could be it could start in December and it could end, I've seen people catch fish off beds all the way up through April. So December, February, March, April. And even then you can still have a late spawn in May too. And sometimes you can have a double spawn. That's happened to spawn. Fish will spawn twice too if the conditions are right. Yeah, just work this edge down here. Oh my god, that was a big fish. Oh yeah, I don't think you guys saw it. Right here at the kayak. Chase a little swim bait. Oh, that was a big fish. I mean, what are the chances he comes back? They are now schooling. They're out here. His turns are on them. Told you about mid mornings when it starts to turn on. So they were out there busting. You need to watch these turns. They just stopped. They just stopped. Wow, this is like a 150-yard red. So bait fish are still there. Turns are hitting the surface. Here comes a cormorant. I can see him come flying across. Now we just have to kind of look around, like the next bust or the next. If there's another schooling thing that happens, it's not going to be too far away. The tricky thing with this, when you're doing this kind of stuff, is trying to figure out which direction the fish are headed. Are they headed left, right? Are they coming towards you? Are they headed away from you? Oh, right here behind me. Right behind me. Got him. Oh, he nailed that chatterbait. It's not a bad fish. I don't want him to. Alright. Obliterated the chatterbait. Alright. This guy has been caught before. He's got a wound there, but he's also got a messed up lip here. He has been caught before. He's healthy though, so let's get him out. There's a good chance that they're still in that spot, and they may have just busted on a bunch of fish that were over top of them, but I just saw him come up and grab something on the surface. As soon as I threw over there, 2 cranks and pow. Alright. I have no idea where they're at now. Over here, to my right. Turns around him, around the bait fish at least. There's one. Oh, that's a good fish. He's not huge, but he's a decent one. It's probably a 4-pounder. It's thick. Oh, hang on now. Hang on now. He's dogging me. He's angry. He's pulled line. Where you at? There you go. That's a good one. It's probably a little bit bigger than a 4-pounder. Beautiful fish, nice and thick, heavy. Great fish. All right, great fish. There you go, big girl. There she goes. I did not think she was that big. She probably 4.5, 5 pounds. She's just at 20 inches. Nice belly on her. When she hit pretty close to the kayak. She's on the back side here. I did not think she was that big. Tell you what, these Ozark shutter swimmers, you can get at Walmart for like $3.29 for a pack of, it's 5 or 6. Are great like high-tech replacements. They're fantastic. They're a little bit more durable, not as flimsy, and they have just the same amount of action, and they're cheaper. Chasing birds isn't the ideal way to bass fish most of the time, but when you can do it, it's fun. Oop. I haven't seen anything else surface. I'm watching the terns. The terns are, making their laps. There's 2 of them over there. Just gonna, as soon as they start hitting the water, that's where we gotta go. So I'm gonna get up here and work this little cut up here. Fish were piled up in there about a month ago, I want to say during pre-spawn, but the water column was a lot higher, I believe. Judging by how low the water is at the ramp, I'd say the water's probably down about half a foot. I think I know why, but I'm wondering if the fish have if they were there, if they were staying in that area, if they've kind of moved out a little bit further. Oh, they're back there feeding again. Almost the exact same spot. Probably should have anchored up and stayed there. They're probably pushing the bait fish around in a circle. There we go. That's a decent one. about the size of the other one we caught in the chatterbait. All right, nice little, probably half pounder or so, or sorry, pound and a half maybe. So the reason I'm not using the little swim bait out here right now is, one, I'm trying to get these fish to come to me instead of me chasing them, especially if they're just zooming back and forth along the stretch here. But like that, the big one that I caught on that swim bait was already in position. I just rolled up, and I think they were still there. This guy, obviously, I made a bunch of casts. Are they up there feeding now? Saw one big splash. Turns around bait fish up there. I'm gonna wait though. I think they're gonna come back this way. But that guy there, I made a bunch of casts. Eventually, he hit this, but I was moving around. There's no cover out here, so they're out looking for bait fish. So if I can get some type of vibrating bait, something that makes them, gives them an idea of where the bait's at, so they can begin kind of making their search for it. That's what I want to do. And it's different if I'm rolling up on the school. I'm going to throw the worm and maybe the jerk bait, depending on how big the school is or what I see in it, and then the little swim bait. All right, it's the last spot. Let's give it a little bit of time. See if this spot's warmed up. Okay, we're gonna do a quick outro. I was gonna do one on the lake, but the camera died, or the mic did. So, not too bad of a day. Caught 4 fish. I had a couple other bites. Missed. I saw another good one, probably the same size as the big one that I caught today. Just absolutely swirled on the bait right next to the kayak. But hey, it is what it is. So hopefully, I'm gonna go out tomorrow and I'm gonna hit a creek that I haven't been to in a while and explore a new portion of it. Hopefully we'll get some fish out there, but not too bad of a day. I'll take it, for a pretty quick morning. If you're out there, be safe. Hopefully you catch your PB in this new year, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.